everyone, and welcome to Gaming on Linux Guide. I'm Gadget Guy. So this is going to be a new series. I've been testing around with a couple series, and this one's called Great Native Game Showcase. These are games that are native to Linux on Steam, and all you have to do is press play. So I'm going to start off this series with an amazing game called Darkest Dungeon. The sequel is in the works, but it's already just a great game by itself. So let me just make sure that you guys can see my screen because I have it set up to use my other monitor. So just give me a moment here. In MX Linux, if you wanted to use a specific monitor to launch applications, you just go in here to that AR and R in settings, you hit primary, and then you hit the check mark. Back for a little bit, and there we go. And I will just press play. And hey, here it goes. So, Darkest Dungeon is a turn-based strategy game, but it's got a twist in that your characters have emotions that you have to deal with, like all the horrors that they have to deal with make them really, really stressed out. And if they get too stressed out, they'll just basically either die or do something really, really bad. And I like to play with darkest difficulty, and there are tons of mods for this. I do kind of wish there was a mod manager because if you have a lot of mods, and you're trying to get one from the bottom, you're like, it's scrolling forever. But overall, it's a great game, and there's a ton of awesome mods in the workshop too. I'm not going to play with any mods right now. I have too many, and I kind of broke it whenever I try to activate them all. So I'm just going to skip the intro cinematic so we can get straight into the action. Unfortunately, every time you start the game, you kind of have to do the tutorial. But it's okay because you get to see the same two guys every single time, and they're sort of like your bros. So it's nice to see them. I think one of them is Reynold. Yes, Reynold and Dismas. You will always get them at the beginning of every single run of Darkest Dungeon. So I just over here press the little map button so I can go to the next room. But then I gotta walk. As it just says here, I gotta walk in between the rooms, and I gotta make sure I really pay attention to the floor because there could be traps. Now, typical to turn-based strategy game, you've got a hit chance, which is 92 on this guy. So I'm just going to go for it, and he hit, which is amazing. And he inflicted bleed. There's a lot of damage over time effects in this game, and they're absolutely amazing. They do so much damage if you just stack them over time. So we're going to keep moving on to the next room. Ooh, here's a little event thing. So sometimes you can use certain items to get a guaranteed successful, opportunity. But I don't have any items, so I'm just going to straight up pick stuff up. It adds more gold, which is always useful for when we get back to town. Oh, I've been ambushed. This guy takes up 2 slots, but I'm going to make him bleed. Try and make him bleed. Oh, he's bleeding, so he's taking more and more damage. Unfortunately, the more damage over time effects or status effects you put on them, the better chance they have of actually resisting it. So this guy, oh, actually he's really even worse at bleed. I thought he would be better. Because sometimes you get this now that's as often with acid effects, stuns. With stuns, you can get really, really high chances to not inflict it again for a while. Ooh, a crit. That damage over time will definitely kill. Let's see. Because that'll kill, I'm going to try and do some stuff. This will make it so he's marked, so enemies will hit him more. And also, he's protected, so he takes less damage. Now, normally the monsters in this game will leave corpses, but if they die from a damage over time effect, then they don't, which is really great because otherwise you got to hack through the corpse to get to the people in the back. Well, that's good. And I know this, it just sort of seems stressful for the player, but it's overall really fun. And you can get mods and stuff that make it easier or harder depending upon how you like to play your games. Let's see, I want to continue adventuring because I want to open this treasure chest before I go. I thought I got a key. Guess not. He's blighted. Alright, let's leave. So we're going back to the hamlet, which is our main town. And these heirlooms let us upgrade the buildings in the town. Let's see what kind of traits they got. Ooh, that's a good trait. More speed and more damage versus Eldritch, which is really good because certain enemy types appear in certain dungeons.
Such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now.
Also, if you notice that, if you remember that voice and you don't know where, it's because it's the voice from the narrator of Bastion. Let's take these two people, the only two people available. He did a voiceover as a narrator of this game, and he's famous for narrating Bastion and pretty much being in every Supergiant game up to this point. So let's see, Nomad Wagon. So this trinket would give this Plague Doctor more stun chance on his skills, but it's extremely expensive at the moment. Oh yeah, this is just the cutscenes you can rewatch. And if you hear some buildings that you don't unlock till later. So let's see. These little lights show me where they're best suited in terms of being in the party because I guess I'll put her in the back. Because certain skills, if you'll notice those two light dots there, it shows where in the party makeup they can use that skill. So Plague Grenade, he's got to be in the two back slots, and that hits the two back enemy slots. And that one can be in the third slot. That one's the back slot. That one's any slot. And this one's pretty good. It doesn't heal for very much, but it gets rid of damage over time effects. And that one does damage over time, and that one does damage over time. So it's pretty good. Here's another tough bit. You gotta buy all your supplies. So, and trust me, you want to generally you want to overbuy supplies instead of underbuy supplies. If you underbuy, you can have a really bad time. You gotta buy food, or else, like if they every once in a while, so depending on how many rooms you have, they'll request to eat, and if you don't give it to them, you will not only allow them to lose health, but also they will start getting super stressed. And of course, you need torches because the lower the light, the worse off you are. So if you see right here, because I'm full torch, I've got extra dodge, extra scouting, which shows me what rooms are ahead, and surprises monsters. So that means I get to go first. Ooh, a torch bearer. I get the free torch. They're always useful. Okay, I'm gonna use another one of these so I can keep up my radiant light status effect. Skeletons, but the surprise, that means I get a good first turn on them. Now, you can't bleed a skeleton, so I'm probably not going to use that on them. Even though it does do a lot of damage. It's only like a damage modifier minus 15. But, you know what, I'm going to use it anyway because it's got a low damage modifier. Oh yeah, here's explaining about corpses, yeah. So there's the corpse just right there. And if I don't do anything about it, it's just going to sit there, be annoying. And if I can't attack around it, it's just going to pretty much just sit there and cause the player frustration. But you can hack through it, you can attack it, but it's generally not worth your time. Let's see. Ooh, pretty good. Alrighty, I hope you've enjoyed this first video in the series of of gaming. Oh, excuse me. In the first of the series of Native Gaming Showcase. As always, subscribing really helps, and I hope you have a wonderful day.